My name is Algimantas. I'm Creator's ambassador to and on this planet, an apostle of Jesus and his partner Nebuchadnezzar. Their spiritual rank is Master Creator Son and Creator Daughter. I train future spiritual teachers. I set up the Living Revelation Religion and Temple named after Creator, the Paradise Trinity. I am Living Religion and Temple. I've just finished leading the worship service of Creator service, and now I decided to present my spiritual teaching in English. In Lithuanian, I present my spiritual teachings during the worship service, in between the worship of Creator and petition to Creator. The difference between the worship and petition prayer is that during the worship, we do not present to Creator any request. So in this case, we are experiencing top frequency communion with Creator without any material ritual to be performed. While presenting our petitions to Creator, we already lower our top frequency vibrations because we express not only our gratitude to Creator, but also a certain desire for something that is missing either on the planet or in our own personal life. So even an altruistic petition still has lower frequency vibrations than while worshiping Creator without any request. Now I'd like to talk about different sources that are considered by those who refer to these sources as the only book which is meaningful and useful to man on this world. And here I mean, say, the Bible. Those who profess this book, the truth of this book, they consider this is to be the biggest source and center for all humans on our planet. This is Quran. So those who consider that this book is the most important to them, they accept this book as the most meaningful, much more meaningful than the Bible. Those who recognize Bhagavad Gita and Vedic scripture, they consider this is the most important truth that is being revealed in this divine source. This is the Book of Mormon. For those who consider this book to be the holy book, they feel the same about this book, the most important book to humanity. When I say that this book, the Urantia book, the Revelation, is the most important, I can claim it rightfully. Why I'm so certain? Because I studied all these books. I know what's inside these books, the content of the books, because I wanted to know from within what are the major differences between these sources and and this one. These all books have been written by humans, by their human material mind. This book has no human mind included, because this has been specially prepared 196 paper revelation in 2097 pages by much higher spiritual personalities than humans. Even the most developed intellect of the human cannot understand this source that deeply that they would be able to grasp this revelation having read it only once, as it is presented in such a specific way, starting to describe Creator as the source and center of all energy, then describing the dwelling abode of Creator, Paradise, then space, then 1 billion worlds on the central divine and eternal universe of Havana, and then going already to space where there are evolutionary planets and architectural spheres, specially designed planets of an enormous size, much bigger than our planet, for a certain function in creation. And gradually coming to different orders of spiritual personalities, how these orders are springing up to life, how they are created, either by the Paradise Trinity or already by some orders of spiritual sonship. And they have the power from Creator to procreate life of a lower spiritual order. And then coming to the description of different parts of the universe, going ever further away from Creator and his dwelling abode Paradise, which is in the very center of the whole of creation. So going away in space to the outer space, like say super universes, local universes, constellations, local systems, and inhabited planets. So inhabited planets host mortals, us, still having the material body. But even in this body, the true, the true tenant, the true being is our spiritual personality, not this material body. So the creation of our planet, a big amount of the book is devoted to our planet, which is called Urantia. That's why the book is called the Urantia book. And then the evolutionary development of life on our planet. And last but not least, 1/3 of the book is devoted to Jesus, to his life and teachings. So the total number, as I've told you, 2,097 pages. And in addition to it, 50 pages of the content. So this book is the most precise revelation of Creator's reality and his operation within this reality. It is possible to experience this reality, at least part of it, a small part of it, because this revelation describes our life beyond this life. So of course we have not yet accumulated this experience after resurrection. It's still in the future for us. But we might experience a lot of things already if we expand our insight, if we commune with Creator sincerely and actively, and every day our mind is being turned into a more flexible and more in-depth, so that we can analyze a lot of assertions the way we have never looked into these assertions so deeply. Our mind becomes that much insightful that you might get taken aback. How could it be possible? I've never had such an analytical mind. But this is how Creator is operating within you, because each of us has Creator's spirit, thought adjuster. And this spirit is passing his revelations to our subconsciousness while we are asleep. So that's why people quite often they arrive at the clue of solving a certain problem that seemed to be unsolvable just on the eve of this solution. But they consider it, okay, they had a good sleep at night, that's why their mind is fresh and ready to solve the task. But in reality, it is because during the sleep, the solution has been prompted by the Creator through the operation of his spirit, thought adjuster. While you are awake, so this solution springs up to your conscious level, out of your subconsciousness. So that's why the sources I've just shown you before have part of truth, but the rest is just the fancy of different people, authors of these sources. And people even attribute these sources to some higher spiritual force, that they have come out of spirit. No way. Even this revelation is not spiritual revelation. This is just the expansion of cosmology. Expansion, but not the enlightenment of the reader of this revelation book. Enlightenment comes directly out of Creator himself, the source and center of spirit. So if your personality, spiritual, establishes a living communion with Creator, of course your mind is being enlightened during this communion and even after it is finished. because the living spiritual personality is already bestowed by Creator as the source and center of personality, with all its potentials of the eternal values that represent Creator's character traits, like justice, truth, mercy, wisdom, patience, love. This cosmic insight, even foreseeing the future, this is all in our potential as a spiritual personality. And once our mind is turning into ever more flexible, so we can experience all these traits of Creator's character as the reflection within our own personality in our character traits. But if we continue to commune with Creator ever deeper and ever more sincerely, the moment arrives when you might be born of spirit. The same material body still will be enveloping this spiritual personality within, but your mind shall be expanded so much, it'll be so spiritualized that you will express love to all, to your relatives, to your closest friends, partners in business, or compatriots, and even those who live on this planet, on a different side of the planet, and even throughout the creation. So the spiritual insight and wisdom, but especially the experience with Creator, comes out of the top frequency vibrations of Creator. And you then recognize what is truth and what is lie, what is mercy and what is, well, deception, self-deception, what you might be considering as mercy. Because mercy is not that you would hug a person who is suffering and suffer together with him. Just by this suffering, you might to make him feel a little bit easier because you also suffer. No. The true mercy is when you show the way out of this suffering. You give him a certain clue to Creator within. This is the true mercy. And love is also Creator's phenomenon. We cannot create love. But once we open up to Creator sincerely, all these top frequency vibrations are flowing right into our own spiritual personality. And once we are born of spirit, we love all with the same Creator's love. We don't feel that we should love those who are compatriots more than those who might be considered by some of our enemies. No, you love all. Because this is the way Creator is filling you up with His vibrations. He extends them all over his creation, without any discrimination. So that's why I always recommend that people should discover Creator by trying to commune with Him as with a personality, and even more, with a source of personality. That is, not with the idea of God, which is abstract, but with personality. You might name Creator by different names, like, say, your father, your mother, your source and center, your top mind, the highest force, the deepest wisdom, but address as a person, not as an idea. And do it sincerely, not mechanically, not automatically. Just open up your own spiritual personality. That is, your own spiritual divine mind, not the material mind of the animal origin, which is dominating our thinking by different passions, different aspirations, fancies, hopes, and a lot of plans. No, open up with the core, which is inside this material body, your spirit, your spiritual personality. And everything is happening within. And then you will feel your energy all of a sudden strengthened within. You don't need any practice, say, of meditation or yoga. You feel the energy inflow, and it's coming just because you raised your spiritual valve of your personality to these vibrations that have already existed in Creator's spirit, thought adjuster, and they were poured into your subconsciousness. But since you were engaged in solving different problems while you are conscious in your life, you didn't have time to commune with Creator sincerely. Now there are no sincere believers either in Christian sects, churches, in Muslim sects, in Buddhist sects, in Hinduistic sects. They are all ritualistic. And that's not enough for Creator. Creator needs your heart to be open to Him. So that's why the current system of power, of financing, of education, of medicine is turned upside down. It's all messed up. And it is impossible to change, because this is the satanic system that has been going on for 200,000 years to destroy everything what corresponds to Creator's evolutionary plan, to Creator's designed evolution for the whole of creation. And our planet is not an exception. But this evolutionary process has been disrupted for the last 200,000 years by the revolt of Lucifer and Satan. Unfortunately, our former planetary prince, the leader of humanity, joined this revolt against the Father. That was as back as 200,000 years ago. And Adam and Eve experienced a complete failure in their mission 38,000 years ago. So our spiritual leaders that were supposed to lead humanity were, well, in a complete failure, a total failure. Their mission has been completely ruined. The mission of Jesus 2,000 years ago was a success from his point of view. So he earned his sovereign power in his local universe of Nebadon by his bestowal mission successfully completed, but ended in tragedy because he was, as one of the two creators of the local universe, annihilated by his creatures. Imagine, the creature is killing creator. That's awful. Even the universe experienced a shudder within by seeing this episode of crucifixion of Jesus Christ. So his mission was successfully completed, even with such a tragic ending. But his gospel has been distorted by Paul, by Peter, by other apostles. And the only loyal disciple of Jesus, the leader of the apostles of John the Baptist, whose name was Abner, was not even mentioned in this book, in the part of the New Testament. Not even his name has been mentioned, even though he was the most loyal to Jesus' teachings. So all Jesus' gospel has been, well, replaced by Paul's falsified religion, which is the so-called Christian religion, but it has not survived. It's split into thousands upon thousands of different sects that call themselves, well, beliefs or churches, but they're in reality sects. And the mother religion of Christianity has vanished altogether. Nothing speaking about Jesus' true gospel. Fatherhood of God and brotherhood of man. So now I'm representing Creator as his ambassador and apostle of Jesus and his partner Nebuchadnezzar, just to reestablish on this world Creator's evolution, that it would be turned just the opposite way. The current evolution should be taking a U-turn and should return to Creator's light and Jesus' gospel. And therefore, I proclaim my gospel. Creator is living, he is real, and he is within each of you through his Spirit. and it is possible to discover Creator within. This is my gospel. And once you discover Creator within, all of a sudden you realize that Creator is one for all, and all humans are brethren. And this is already the gospel of Jesus. See, all these two gospels turn or fuse into one. But first, I should be given a broader audience, a broader arena for proclaiming the living word of Creator. And by Creator through my lips, as I represent Him, and I'm ambassador to the whole of planet, humanity. So that's why, without my gospel being implemented by each of you, wars shall never end, suffering shall never end, hypocrisy from politics shall never disappear, man's exploitation by man shall continue on, and even in a more fierce way. Family life shall be disrupted. Medicine will experience a complete failure. Man's degradation is unstoppable without following my teachings. That's why I represent Creator to present His broader light, broader even than this fifth epochal revelation to humanity. My word is Creator's word spoken out through my lips as I'm speaking authorized by Creator Himself.